Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Original Rebels Racing League Syndicate Cup Series. And tonight we're at Homestead, Miami for the Cocain Cowboys 200. You're watching Intensity Broadcast, and I am Eddie Smith, and sure are glad to have you watching. And I think we're going to be excited to see. It's going to be a learning experience tonight as we see what these updated cars will do on a track that is can be a little scary on a setup that it may not be just right. So tonight's going to be wild as we see how these guys can make this work. Qualifying already underway, and just a few minutes left in the race itself. As we get ready for a lot of fun. I'm Eddie Smith, of course, and we're going to get ready to bring you all the action tonight. I don't even know how many laps there are in this race, but we'll all find out together. A bunch, probably. Maybe 1 second here. Well, all right. Well, the Syndicate Cup Series has been interesting. Considering we moved over to the new car, it's been a really interesting, fun, exciting for broadcast for sure season so far, as we've seen four different winners so far. Jonah Colbert wins at Daytona. Josh Lokovitz wins at Michigan. Josh Oswald brings home the W in Kansas, and Jesse Nekula last week wins at Bristol in dramatic fashion. So looking forward to continuing that trend tonight. I don't think we had a setup, so I think we're using like a halfway put together setup, which really excites me because I can't wait to see if these guys can. It may end up being a mess. I don't know. I don't know how careful people are having to be, and it looks like it's going to be treacherous out there. But that always brings separation whenever it's like that. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think we're gonna have a good show. So, well, all right. Well, so far it looks like everybody has done their laps, and so we'll look at the standings here, and got 13 drivers that have made laps. So a few drivers electing not to qualify or had some issues. So we'll get the grid up in just a second as soon as it makes its way. And there it is. Let's go ahead and bring it up. Let's talk about it. Jonah Colbert is your Chuck Peg Leg Pole Award winner. Jonah Colbert takes home the top spot. Jason Warren starting second. Daniel D. Cunningham starting third. Brandon Pollock fourth. Garrett Kinder starting fifth. Starting sixth, Josh Smith. Seventh, Steve Lovin. Starting eighth, William Griffith. Starting ninth, Cameron Combs. Starting 10th, Tracy Passons. I see Paul Passons in chat, so definitely going to be fans of Tracy and Adcock tonight. Justin Ray starting 11th. Charlie Elmore starting 12th. Starting 13th, Aaron Adcock. Fry Hubbard starting 14th. Starting 15th, Stephen McDonald. Starting 16th, Christian Dedman. Starting 17th, Josh Lokovitz. Starting 18th, Ryan Huff. Starting 19th, Matt Clemmen. Starting 20th, Mickey Isaac. And 21st is Michael Swink. As we got the cars on grid ready to go for 133 laps here. Going to be a long race. Going to be a lot of things to learn for me tonight. We'll definitely, before the update, I think you would be pretty much wide open all the way around. But after the update, it's just brought a lot of changes. Setups haven't been updated, and so this is going to be maybe a little scary race. So we'll see who's able to take a weird combination and make the best of it. Jonah Colbert driving that Kingsford charcoal Ford Mustang. And outside of him, Z9 Race Shop 32 machine of Jason Warren. We already got, I think we're missing some paint schemes again tonight. We'll get that in just a second. But here we go, pace car in, getting ready to go racing. 133 laps, going to be a long way. Green flag is out. Jonah Colbert going to get a good jump here. Let's see how these cars handle as they drop down into turn 1 and 2. Jason Warren with a kind of a tough start there. He ends up in the middle 3 wide, losing position to Garrett Kinder and Daniel Cunningham. So not a very good start for Jason Warren, but maybe one of those things where he wanted to kind of take it easy there on the start. Not really sure how this setup's going to handle. Let's go on board with Daniel Cunningham as we kind of see what he's dealing with in the car. Yeah, a lot different than what I would expect. A lot of these mile-and-a-half tracks have been pretty much wide open in this next-gen car. You just hear how much off-throttle time there is. You see the looseness of the car. You see he's really working that steering wheel. You see kind of shifting back and forth that tape. It's very, very loose, so you're really having to come off throttle. And, wow, really interesting. It's, see, he's just trying to work it up through all the way down to 7,000 RPMs. So interesting. I think it's going to be kind of cool to see how this plays out. See who put in enough practice, because it's definitely going to be a driver's type deal tonight. And so we saw William Griffith have some sort of issue, so I don't know what really happened there. But looks like a little bit of damage to that front end. Not real sure. We got Charlie Elmore already on pit road. So I don't know if they got together. I don't see anything. I don't see any issues there. But because William Griffith's running P8. Let's see if we can jump and see what happened to him. As Griff up against the wall a little bit. Yeah, it looks like maybe he was just flirting with the wall a little bit. It looks like somebody lost out a little bit there. But anyway, back to the race we go. Jonah Colbert already out to a 2.5 lead. All season long, we've seen nothing but pack racing. And oh, goodness. Well, there's William Griffith right there coming in screen. It looks like he finally lost it. Let's go see what happened there. Good grief. Christian Dedman involved. What in the world happened? 3 machine there, getting passed by the 13. 13 goes down, or 73 of Ryan Huff. Good grief, that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Oh, and Christian Dedman actually had gotten loose here. Let's go on board with Ryan Huff and see if we can see what it looked like from his point of view. So you can definitely tell guys really, really struggling with this setup. Yeah, it's extremely, extremely loose. You see guys spinning all over the place. Definitely want to blame Goodyear here for bringing a faulty tire apparently, because guys after a few laps, and what you're seeing, if we'll go back and just kind of give you an idea of what guys are dealing with, because as Ryan Huff's going to go into this corner, you're going to see him turn down and then kind of go back and then try to turn to the left. And he's going to counter steer a little bit and then try to keep steering it again. And once he does that, the weight shifts and it's gone. So this thing is extremely loose. Maybe he tried to get it to pass tech with a little bit of a spring perch and has gotten the cross weight a little bit off. Tough looking deal already. So guys are going to have to be real careful. almost like they're riding. You know, it's let's just pretend there's rain. It's almost like they're riding on rain. The track being wet because just they're slipping and sliding. You can just see how much they're off throttle in the corners trying to make it work. Let's go ahead and try and get these paint schemes in. There we go. You can see that Rowdy Energy 54 machine. Yeah, Mickey and Isaac in chat saying that car setup combination is completely broken. You definitely see after a few laps, the guys are really dealing with it. So it's going to be a fight of attrition. It is what it is at this point. You got to fight through it. It's not going to be fun, but you know, nobody has ever really cared to put drivers into tough situations where they have to really drive it. The drivers themselves are not going to like it, and I'm sure there'll be some people upset, maybe. But it's going to be fun for a broadcast because we're going to see who's going to be able to outlast it, work through it, and get the win tonight. So probably going to be a hectic race, maybe a long one, but this may be one that the winner will be extremely proud of because it's going to be really, really difficult to drive. Maybe impossible to pass. Who knows? As we get side by side, we're going to take the camera out a little bit so we can see what everybody's dealing with. We saw Jonah get out to a nice lead, so he definitely has put in the practice and seems to know what the car wants and needs. Getting out front probably going to be an important thing, as it's going to be extremely difficult to pass, as the cars are just on ice. All right, getting ready to go back green here on lap 9 of 133. Got a long way to go. And if you're going to watch the whole thing, you might as well settle in, maybe throw it up, cast it up on the TV, get you a blanket. It's going to be a while as Jonah Colbert, Daniel D. Cunningham get a great jump. Let's see how they do going down into the corner. Jonah gets a good run through 1 and 2 is... You know, it should open up a few lanes with it being so loose and so hard to drive that guys will be able to search around and maybe find something. But I think on a long run, it's going to be extremely scary. You see Justin Ray down the bottom. It's going to be extremely scary on the bottom. The bottom in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, but 3 and 4 specifically really tightens up through the middle of the corner. And I think it's going to be really, really tough to be down there. So you're going to see everybody kind of work the top side. Let's go on board with Garrett Kinder. See what it looks like to try to pass somebody. You see he's trying to get on the throttle, just cannot, as the car is just wanting to rotate. You can see the front end kind of shifting a little bit. We'll watch as it goes down in 1 and 2. And you'll see the front end get really shifty as he has to counter steer a little bit, hang on to it. See, as soon as he gets on the throttle, he has to be very, very careful as it is extremely, extremely loose. But Garrett Kinder going to be thrilled about it because if there's anybody that loves a vehicle that drives like this, it's him. See how loose he gets. He's almost wrecking. Getting down here on the bottom in 3 and 4, you do not want to be down here. And you hear how bogged down the motor is as he's just not able to get back on the throttle. So, gonna be an interesting race, man. I'm part excited, but also a little nervous as Justin Ray has gone around. Saw him struggling with it earlier. And we got quite a few guys out. We got William Griffith on pit road, Charlie Elmore, some guys already out of the race, calling it a day. A couple guys didn't even jump in and race, so caution did come out for that. Go back and see what happened to him. I would imagine just got a little bit too low. He's up on the high side. Yeah, just gets loose off the corner, trying to put a little bit too much throttle in it. That's the tough part about it. It's a different type of car, different type of deal. Got to be patient. Piston broke motorsports. I like that. You got to be patient on the throttle. You try to give it a little bit more throttle to try to run some people down. And this setup and car combo is just not going to take it. Yeah, Kevin Kinder, great point. As the tires wear, it's not going to get any better. You're absolutely right. We'll do a Passons check. Tracy Passons running in 8th place, started 10th, moved up a few spots. Fry Hubbard right behind him in that Doritos car is moved up quite a few spots as well. So some guys struggling, some guys making the best of it. The tough part is there are no fast repairs, so folks like Justin Ray have to come down and get as much damage as they can get fixed. Some guys already out of the race, so no fast repairs tonight. I don't know about tire sets. Probably normally they run about 6, as these races are the half the length of the NASCAR races themselves, so 50% length. See Justin Ray coming out after about 20 seconds of damage repair. Didn't really hit something that hard, so it shouldn't be too much. No takers on pit road yet. So even though the setup's loose, it doesn't seem like maybe tire wear is that big a deal. So nobody electing to come down pit road just yet after 15 laps. Hopefully we'll be getting the one to go here. Get this race back green. Should call this race to hold on to your lug nuts 200. Boom. Now it is. Ryan Huff popping in chat saying, yeah, it's awful. Apologize to those who got caught up in the first wreck. So what are the biggest differences in these cars? Well, you know, there's a lot we don't know, Kevin Kinder. It's a great question. Um, you know, there's been a lot of changes. I think some of these tracks, I think they're running 670 horsepower with a 4 or 5 inch spoiler. But there's a lot we still don't know versus the Gen 6 cars as we get ready to go back green. Jonah Colbert going to get a nice little jump here and take over the lead. Garrett Kinder is there, though. Head off down into turn 1 treacherously. Everybody kind of just really trying to take it easy. You can definitely see how spread out they are, trying to give each other plenty of room. But yeah, the setups are broken, Kevin. You know, we do the best we can. Sometimes it looks like tonight just not able to get a good setup. You see Brandon Pollock a little nervous there. But it seems like the suspension geometry is broken as far as the setups that are currently there. So you're seeing these guys kind of, you see just a lot of movement in the car. The setup is just not right. So I don't think they even pass tech whenever they put them in. So they just need to be updated. That's the main problem. This car is going to be ever changing. They kind of threw this car out there. Tried to get it out before the NASCAR season. Of course, they released it during the Pro Invitational last season. It's sort of a promotional tool for NASCAR. So it seems like NASCAR is doing a lot of string pulling to get this car out there, and it seems like it really wasn't ready. Not a lot of data. Of course, NASCAR has been changing things right up into the Clash, so the car itself is not finalized for NASCAR, really. So a lot to deal with here. Everybody voted to run the next gen car, so that's what we're going to run. Get a little scary there, trying to dodge cars. You see him. You see the 42 machine really trying to hang on to it. You can see he was struggling, and then Cameron Combs goes around as well, and so we're under caution. Go back and see what happened to Cameron Combs there. He's already sitting on the track. Let's back it up and see what happened. And you're going to see this all night. Just trying to make a move here on, and you see him already getting loose, and he's chasing the car, just chasing it. And you see he's just constantly trying to save it, and it's just no grip. Setup is just really bad. This is really technically not iRacing's fault. It's just the setup hasn't been updated. You see he's already loose. He's losing it right there, trying to correct it, slowing down. And then once it starts going, it's just done. So, under our third caution tonight, like I said, go ahead and strap in, get you a cup of hot chocolate. If you're snowed in, turn the fire on, man. Get you some marshmallows. Put on a really long movie like The Irishman. Something that may be 3 hours long, because we might make it that far. But we did see a pass to the lead. I missed that. I was running my mouth about the car. Go back and see the pass for the lead here. Jonah Colbert gets loose off the corner. That opens the door for Garrett Kinder. So very simple pass there as Jonah gets a little bit loose. We'll kind of back it up. Just watch the whole thing. See Jonah down on the bottom. And like I said, I just don't think with the way this car is handling, you can really run the bottom. Seems like the top's going to be where it's at. But yeah, everybody voted on these cars, and you know, they knew what they were getting into. With a car that's definitely not finished, going to be constantly be updated, and so this is what we're dealing with. I think it's great. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know some people won't agree. Guys that are out of the race already, I'm sure they definitely won't agree. As there's no doubt this is very scary. You see guys barely racing is really just more trying to hang on to the car. Let's try to talk to somebody. Let's see anybody in chat that we can bring up here and maybe discuss what the car is feeling like. Hey, John, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, Eddie?
Well, already kind of looking a little tough. You lost the lead there, got loose. Tell us, some people in the chat want to know what this car is feeling like, what you're having to deal with, as it looks like it's almost like you're racing in the rain out there.
Turn 1 and 2 is really tight, like almost like the Xfinity car. It's pretty natural driving through 1 and 2. Uh, it really makes you want to pick up on the throttle, and I did a little bit too soon there and just got loose. That's just a normal mistake. I would have made that in any car, but 3 and 4, particularly entering 3, if you enter into with too much speed, the car will just snap loose. You can't get tight in turn 3. It just snaps on you. So you got to make sure you're backing your entryway up and kind of play with the throttle from there to try to pick up speed, but you definitely have to eggshell it all the way through the corners, and you're really not full throttle till you're damn near on the straightaway. So,
Well, I mean, what's the strategy? I mean, what about tire wear? Are y'all dealing with that? What kind of issues are you having? I mean, going forward, what are you going to be dealing with as far as that goes?
with tire wear, it's gonna tighten up for sure on the long run. So it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. It'll push really bad in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It'll push, but you can still snap it loose. But uh, just got to take care of it. Drive it kind of like an ARC car, honestly.
All right, man. Well, y'all getting ready to go back green. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Jonah Colbert in 31. Kingsford Charcoal Ford Mustang getting ready to go back green though. Carrot Ginder in the lead. Going to lead us down to this restart. Lap 23 of 133. Such a long way to go. I hope I make it. Green flag is out. Kinder going to clear the 31 machine. They tiptoe down into 1 and 2. And you heard it from Jonah. 1 and 2's pretty normal. It's definitely sort of a normal 1.5 mile turn. And then 3 and 4 has just got a weird kink in the middle of the corner. You just have to be careful. See, Tracy Passing's getting a little bit loose there, trying to catch it. Is he going to be able to hang on to it? So far, so good. What a good save by him as Fry Hubbard chasing the car up the track. It seems like once you get loose and start to lose the back end, you just really can't save it. We got a pass for the lead here. Jonah Colbert driving down to the inside. Don't know if he's going to be able to pull that off. We'll see, though. He's doing a good job so far. Now he's got to try to navigate the bottom in 3 and 4. He's going to jump up to the top side as Garrett Kinder goes down to the bottom. Jonah going to be able to get it wound up. Is he going to be able to make that pass? Nope. Garrett Kinder doing a great job down there. Able to keep the car straight. Jonah's got a huge run, though, as he gets right to the back bumper. He's going to jump down to the bottom. These guys putting on a show, no doubt. Jonah not quite able to make the pass, but he is still right there. Daniel Cunningham trying to come into the picture now. And caution is out. Try to see. Looks like multiple guys involved. Brandon Pollock, Fry Hubbard, who we saw chasing the car up the track. Let's go back and see what happened. Yeah, just coming off that bottom, you saw the car is going to want to push up off the corner when you're down on the bottom like this, and if you try to do this right here and it snaps at all, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to save it. Justin Ray not able to make it, and then Fry Hubbard, you see him spinning down the back straight. So, yeah, it just seems like you have to get into a good rhythm, get into a line like at the top side that comes off the corner straight, because any kind of pressure on that suspension gets this car loose. And as you've seen so far, if you get even the least bit loose, you're either chasing the car up the track. We saw Tracy do that, able to save it, or you're overcorrecting into the wall, which you saw Cameron Combs and Brandon Pollock now doing that. So Guys coming down pit road trying to get some damage fixed. No fast repairs. As we work our fourth caution of the night on lap 28. We are on Intensity Broadcasting. We'll talk a little bit about Intensity. They've been doing some cool things. They've come up with a sort of a merch store. Definitely check them out. I think the link may be in the description down there, but definitely check out their merch store. They've done some cool things for some different shirts, Intensity shirts, some Thunderstruck stuff that's really cool. And a lot of the champions and the original Rebels, they will get an item from the store. So really, really cool of them to do that. But definitely check it out. I mean, if you want a t-shirt, you want something, I'm sure they'll take suggestions. If you want to throw some suggestions their way, something you won't put on a shirt, you know, I'd love to have me a Lanford Nation shirt, maybe a Kill the 17 shirt. I could take one of them. 3 wide like a dummy. Ought to make it on a t-shirt. I think there's a lot of good ideas. Intensity's already done a couple things. I think their broadcasters sometimes, because they do so many different races, have a thing where they call it, they say truck car. I think they've got one of those in there. So definitely check that out. Maybe grab you a t-shirt. Support Intensity Broadcasting. And if you support Intensity in that way, it also supports your favorite league. Merchandise bought, say, for Thunderstruck Super Series, their merchandise will actually, after a certain amount, will give them a free broadcasted race, which is super helpful for leagues, as broadcasting is very, very expensive. So it can be a cool thing. So if you want to show your support, definitely go check that out. Very, very cool idea, I think. Well, so far we've seen Garrett Kinder, Jonah Colbert really take to this, which doesn't really surprise me. I'm a little bit more surprised Jason Warren's not up here in the mix. It seemed like it'd be something he would, but it seems like he's just being a little nervous, maybe a little careful. Still running in fourth, but I tell you, Josh Lokenvitz, though, seemed to be just fine as he has moved up 12 spots, been able to make a lot of moves. Aaron Adcock has moved up as well, and I tell you what, I just love that paint scheme. That you know, shout out to whoever does these guys' paint scheme. This is really, really cool. I'm a sucker for gray and orange, so it's gonna get me every time. Got a lot of guys taking a lot of liberties with these new paint schemes. I like this Amazon Prime scheme. I don't know if some of these might be trade and paint special. Some of these might be guys painting up themselves, but if Josh painted that one, that's a really cool looking scheme. Anyway, getting ready to go back green. Let's see. Let's see what happens here, as the field has gotten really, really small already. Really not that many cars on the track. We started with 19. We're already down pretty much to about 11, 12 cars. So this is chewing them up and spitting them out. Oh, as Jason Warren is going around. Jason Warren, I can't see Aaron Adcock involved in that. As we'll just go ahead and rewind that right back up, as we saw it happening down the straightaway. It just gets loose off that corner and is just trying to correct it. It's bouncing off the wall, gets into Tracy Passons, and then comes up and takes out Josh Smith. Fry Hubbard involved. Josh Smith gets into Aaron Adcock. He goes spinning. So big wreck. Another one. Another one. As, man, this... Oh, man. This is not looking good, y'all. We're under caution again, and we've got some tore up race cars. Fryhuber's been in a couple wrecks. This car still looks all right, but Adcock missing his whole rear bumper. Spoiler's gone. Need one of those little sensor bars to put over his back end. I can see everything. See a lot of guys coming down pit road. Most of them probably just coming to get damage fixed. I mean, every one of them's got some sort of damage. As we bring out our fifth caution. And you can see how many cars on the track here. 6 cars really. Let's see if Tracy Passon was involved in that one. William Griffith there involved. So not many drivers who haven't been involved in anything so far. This will be a race that we might be glad to forget. I don't know. Kind of like that that F1 race. I think it was F1 or Indy, where the field just flat out refused to race. I believe there's only like 3 or 4 cars that ran that race because the tire that they brought was so bad, and people were scared about how dangerous it was. I would imagine if this is the real race, we would have never been able to run it either, but that's why we have a sim, and that's what makes this so interesting to be able to see the different see something like this. Kevin Kinder says might end up with a 5-car race. Yeah, I need to go ahead and get the coffee pot brewing. I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about, I think. Well, less than 100 laps to go, so we're moving right along. So far, the top 4 have been able to completely miss everything. Steve Loving in that Coke 27 car has been kind of quiet as well, so he's been able to dodge a lot of things, but I think everybody else has some sort of issue. I think a lot of guys just said, I'm out of here, I'm done. I can't do this for 133 laps. That's why they call it the Send It Cup Series. You got to just send it. Fryhuber coming back down pit road, getting him some more damage fixed. Getting ready to go back green here. All right, well, pace car going down. We're going to get the putt around and find out. 200 back underway. There'll be a lot of names for this race tonight as Garrett Kendrick gets a good jump. Going to get out there. You just have to be careful with so many car movements in the corner. That's the thing I see the most. You can't make any last-second movements that really upset the weight. The car's got to be pretty much balanced and stable all the way through. you're going to be having a bad time. But we see Jonah Colton getting right to the back bumper of Garrett Kinder. These two have been able to have pretty decent racing. Don't know if they put in a lot of practice time or what. But this has been a nice little battle between these two drivers. Everybody else seems to be just hanging on for dear life. We already saw Jonah beat down. He's lost the lead. Josh Lokomit's a little bit low there. See Cameron Combs getting a little bit loose, and oh my goodness, Jason Warren. And just immediately exits out. Let's go back and see what happened. Good Lord, that was scary. Same thing, just gets a little bit loose and overcorrects into the wall. Jonah talked about it. We brought him up here during that caution. Yeah, it's almost like you can't get on the gas straight away. You see Jason get on the throttle there, right here. Once he does, he starts to lose it and overcorrects it. You know, I'd be interested to know about the steering. Everybody has talked about the steering in these cars and how weird it is because they are. They did go from a steering box in the old cars to rack and pinion in these, so we're seeing a little bit different as far as steering, besides just the setup issue that we're having tonight. But we're seeing a lot of guys over correct, where normally in the older versions you could really there was just a lot of slack in the steering, but it seems like in these when guys are just kind of turning the wheel to the right, it overcorrects quickly. But we stay under green, and we still got a nice little battle here for first. Funny enough, it's you know, for a car that's so bad to drive and setup that's so messed up, these two drivers figuring out a way to race it out. As we got a nice little battle for the lead. Jonah just trying to hang on. I shouldn't really say anything. They'll end up losing it. Daniel Cunningham trying to hang on back here in third place to this group. Josh, we saw him get a loose a couple times at Hamilton, but he is staying there in the hunt as well. But these two able to fight it out. Garrett Kinder, a little bit of a gap here. Maybe figured something out. Jonah is starting to lose a little bit pace. It's going more with him. How the car is just shifting in the middle of the corner. It's very scary. I can tell just how one wrong little move, one little throttle up too soon, a little bit of too much wheel input or something, and it's gone. You see the 5 gears there. Kevin Kendra asked about some differences. This car has 5 gears, and I would think if this car was a little bit more stable, you might see guys drop down to 4th gear. Get a little bit better drive off the corner, but instead of being so loose, I think that will probably be the worst thing. These two have already spaced themselves out. Let's go back through the field a little bit. Josh Lokomits, we've already talked about him. We got a battle here for 5th place as Cameron Combs, after his accident, has gotten it wound back up. You see him running that Larson line up at the very top. It seems to be the safest spot if you can run it. Tracy Passons has been all over the place. Almost wrecked a couple times, but he's doing a great job of keeping his car straight. A lot of damage on the right side, but he is still looking really good, hanging on to that 5th place, but he's got a lot of pressure from Cameron. Try to take that spot. Oh my goodness. See how much Cameron had to give up there. He definitely had the run, but had to give it up. It's just not able to get back on the throttle off the bottom. Does a good job that time, able to stay alongside of him. Didn't think he would, and actually barely stays on his left rear quarter. Going to drop down to the bottom in 3-4. We already talked about how scary that is. Josh Lokovitz coming into the picture. Definitely tell he slipped up. So we're going to have a three-way battle for fourth place. Tracy able to hold off Cameron now. You can hear that throttle movement just ever so slight. Getting on the throttle, getting off, getting on, getting off, just trying to make sure you don't over-rotate the car. Cameron Combs still trying to make this pass on Tracy Passon, just not able to do it, man. It looks so tough. As he definitely is getting great runs off the top, but anytime you go right down to the bottom, you seem to lose all grip. Just extremely, extremely difficult. Battle for the lead, though, is still... Garrett Kinder not able to get away yet. Jonah's about 4/10 back. So these guys really putting on the show as Josh Lokovitz gets passed up by these drivers. So drop him back to 6th. Keep my eye on this battle as Cameron Combs still working that top side, trying to figure out a way to get around Tracy. Cameron keeps going down to the bottom, trying to make that work. Let's see if he's able to make that work now. Slider would be extremely dangerous. He's going to push up the track, and Tracy going to get that massive run off the corner. Tracy's not running as high in the corner as Cameron, so it'd be interesting to see if Cameron maybe try to get on the outside of him. That bottom just not working for him. Going to get a run here on the top side. Is Tracy going to be able to? Ooh, it gets close there. Cameron this time stays right behind him. Cameron able to run against that wall. Let's see if he can make that work. So a nice little battle here for fourth place. It's been a mess so far. Cameron going to wind it up. Oh my goodness, it's going to be tight. Not able to get there just yet. Cameron getting great runs there, but Tracy just closing the door, not willing to give it up. Cameron doing a good job being patient. He's trying to get to his outside, and he's going to do it right now, so that's going to give him the momentum. Let's see if he can hang on to it off the corner. Ooh, gets a little bit loose, so Tracy going to be able to hang on so far to the inside. Let's see what Tracy decides to do. He's going to drive down to the bottom. I believe Cameron's going to be able to make that top side work and finally complete this pass, and does. So Cameron Combs up to fourth place. A very hard fought fourth place from Cameron Combs, as you can see how tough it was to make that pass. But Cameron having a lot of success running that cushion. Definitely seems to be a good line, as Josh Lokovitz is going to take advantage of that little slow up there. Go down to the bottom. Now Tracy under fire again. Thought he got a break after Cameron took that spot from him, but now he's got the councilman all over him. as they come up on lap car William Griffith. Let's go back up front, see what this battle looks like. As they're dealing with, they're side by side, dealing with, starting to deal with lap traffic here. This will be interesting. See who can make it through lap traffic. You're not able to make last second sort of ditch efforts, so gonna have to be smart and be patient. And you might have to change your line. You might get used to the top and have to come off the bottom or whatnot. So you have to be really careful. So far, so good. Jonah loses a little bit of time in that exchange. Yeah, not quite a lead change yet, but Jonah is definitely trying to make it work. He is not going away. Garrett Kinder got out to about a 4 or 5 tenth lead, and then Jonah was able to reel him back in. We still got a battle here between the 79 of Josh Lokenvitz and Tracy Passons. You still see Cameron Combs out there right in front of him. See the massive run that top side's going to get. See Cameron Combs. Sparks flying off that 15 machine. Oh, and Josh gets loose off the corner there. It's going to open the door on the high side. Tracy not able to get there just yet. Might have scared him just a little bit and hopped out of the throttle. Probably the smart thing to do. As they are starting to, even though they're running side by side, you can see Cameron Combs having to get out of the gas a little bit. It's going to open the door for Lokenvitz. Well, after we got the mess out of the way, these are actually some really good battles happening on track. Guys are getting really racy as Josh gets a little bit loose. He gets that clean air, gets Cameron on his bumper, losing some of that rear downforce, and it gets a little bit loose. So not able to clear the pass just yet. Let's go back up front, see what's going on with them. Still battling it out. Garrett going to get a little bit loose there. Jonah might try to sneak up to the outside. He is there. Let's see if he can hang on to it, make that high line work. See what Garrett Kendrick can do on the bottom, see if he can hang on to it. He's got a battle for the lead, 31. Kingsford Charcoal not able to get there. Garrett able to make that bottom work. Jonah this time going to go down low. These guys are having a blast. I can tell you that right now. These guys definitely having a lot of fun. They live for this kind of racing. Jonah might, he's going to slide up in front of it, a little slide job. Garrett Kinder going to go back down to the inside. So these guys just trade blows. Two Oklahoma drivers putting on a show up here for the lead. There will be a mountain of discussion after this race about how the car is undrivable. We, how it should have never been put in, and we got to test these setups and blah, blah, blah. But then you got up here, you got the two drivers battling out for the lead, having a great battle. As this battle continues, I'm trying to get to some other battles. This other one for fourth is kind of spread out a little bit. Cameron Combs, Tracy Passons, and Josh Lokovitz separated by about half a tenth each. But the lead is still contested. Neither driver really able to make a clean pass. You saw Jonah take the lead with a slide job, but that's just opened up the bottom line for Garrett. And Garrett's actually made that bottom line work really, really well. Looks like Jonah may have him cleared here. He did clear him, but Kinder's still going to work this bottom side. Man, what a great turn for Garrett there. He gets a nice little run, going to be side by side here. And we got 7th place Steve Loving right in front of these drivers, so they're battling out for the win. Man, oh man, this is great. I was a little nervous about what was going to happen in this race, but this has turned out to be pretty dang good as these two drivers putting on a show. Going to work on the inside of Steve Loving. Can't imagine these lap cars are going to be real thrilled about going a lap down. See how much they're able to or want to fight. Let me tell you how good these two drivers are. These guys are racing out for the lead, battling hard, and they are some 12.5 seconds back. Daniel D. Cunningham here in third place has a 12-second gap back to them. So they are, we'll actually pull up the track map so y'all can see where everybody's at. And you see that DC for Daniel Cunningham is highlighted in green. That's where he is running third, and you see JC there coming out of turn 4, so almost half a track away is third place. Let's go back to this battle here between, they have pulled a little bit of gap on Tracy Passons. His dropped back about a second from this group, but Josh Lokovitz and Cameron Combs still battling it out. Just seems like when you get out ahead of somebody, that car gets a little bit loose. It just draws them back in as we got still a battle for the lead. Garrett Kinder getting great runs off the bottom of 3 and 4, almost going to clear Jonah. So I don't know what the tire wear situation is like, but it seems like in 1 and 2, Jonah on the high side is really, really good, but in 3 and 4, not able to pick up the throttle. That definitely didn't see that as see Fry Hubbard go a little bit low there on the apron, gets a little bit loose off the corner. But in 3 and 4 though, that bottom side seems to work really good, at least for Garrett Kinder in the 13 machine, as he's able to make up a good amount of ground every time in 3 and 4. This that top side gets a huge run that Jonah's able to use down the front straightaway. Ooh, gets a little bit nervous right there as they get real close. Trying to settle this, but man, I don't really have to do anything. I'm not turning the camera away at all because this is a battle for the lead that's been going on for lap after lap. As Jonah able to clear him that time. So Jonah now has the lead. Garrett Kinder back to second place. What a great battle. I felt like that was 10 plus laps of that. And Garrett Kinder gets a little bit loose, able to save it. One of the few that's been able to save the car is going to lose a little bit of time. Let's go check back here. Josh Lukovitz and Cameron Combs. As it looks like Lukovitz has gotten his car pointed in the right direction and is starting to pull away here. Josh is about 6 seconds back from Daniel Cunningham in third place, and then about 20 seconds back from our two leaders. And they're going at it again. I can't get away from these guys. I try to show everybody on the track, but it's hard to look away. This is a pretty nice little battle here. Pull up the track map one more time and start to see who's starting to lose a little bit of time. Tracy Passons, the last car on the lead lap. You see him in that 53, white 53, coming off of turn 4 there on the bottom. Hell, he's going down pit road. Tracy Passons is, so pit stop starting to happen. Gosh, some guys probably just ready for a dang break. Come down pit road, just sit for a while, as these guys are just having to fight really hard to race these things around the track. So Tracy coming in, getting 4 tires, so fuel, get back out there. We'll keep an eye on his lap times. I'll be interested to see. Right now, the leaders, the top 3 are running 34, 6, 7, 9s, high 34s. So I'll be interested to see once Tracy Patson comes out of pit road, what kind of lap times he's able to do as the leaders are coming up on Brandon Pollock. Put him another lap down. You see he's missing most of his car. Oh, yellow flag going to come out as Josh Lokovitz goes around. 79, who had gotten into 4th place, goes around. Let's see what happened. Uh-oh. Looks like Cameron Combs going down to the inside, trying to make a pass. Let's see what happens out of the corner. Oh, yeah, wow. The 79 just gets extremely loose and just shoots around and takes both of the drivers out. So Cameron Combs gets back going, so does Josh Lokovitz, but we are under caution. And the 2 drivers that were, other than Garrett Kinder, Jonah Gold has been battling it out. Have some contact. And that's plentiful damage. Just thank goodness we're over halfway. We'll see Josh Lokovitz coming down pit road along with Cameron Combs. Not really sure what Cameron is. Looks like, I don't know what the running order is going to look like, but our leaders are coming down pit road now. Well, what I'd like to see after this, when we go back green, is just how, if Daniel Cunningham is willing to get a little aggressive here and keep up with these guys, he's able to run just as fast lap times. Definitely trying to be patient and be smart, take care of his stuff as his car looks really, really clean. But I definitely think he's got enough to fight with these guys. So I wonder if he's going to be a little bit more aggressive here as we're over halfway to try to stick with these guys and be there to be able to battle at the end, as he was quite a bit behind there. Jonah going to win the battle off pit road. Looks like we're going to have a few wave around cars. You see Tracy Passons, Aaron Adcock, Josh Smith. Driver's going to stay out under this caution and get their lap back. Get back on the lead lap. Hope for a quick caution. They come down and get their service and stay on the lead lap. get waved around the pace car. So about 4 drivers maybe are going to get their lap back. See the wave around cars trying to get caught up to the field, as the field is going to be going through turn 4 now. So, and they probably do the smart thing and throw extend the caution out so everybody can get caught up. So all of them are having a tough time getting back, and that could have been a disastrous thing there. So we'll do one more lap, allow the whole field to get lined up. Not really sure what's going on with Steve Loving here. He's going to the back. Don't know if he got an EOL or if he asked for one, just wanted to go to the back, not sure. Been able to keep his car clean. Definitely one of the guys who seems to be just completely fine with not racing at all, just trying to survive. All right, getting ready to go back green. Like I said before, just really interested to see if that 54 car is willing to get a little rowdy and get up there and race these guys. As I definitely think he's got the ability to do it. Just a little apprehensive with this car, trying to take care of it. But I'd like to see him get up here and mix it up with these guys and get a good run on this restart. Gonna go to the inside of Kinder. Still has that position. Jonah Colbert gets a great little jump there. I don't know what's going on with the timing and scoring, but I have no idea. It shows actually shows Josh Lokenvitz a lap down now. So interesting. He ain't driving like it is. He's like, man, I gotta go. Oh, and he gets loose, and so did Cameron Combs. Both of them again. Cameron Combs spinning down the front backstretch and brings out the caution. We saw Lokovitz spinning out there, and then he did the same exact thing and overcorrects again. And Tracy Pass is barely making it through there. Kevin Kinder says, like most new things, you have to put time in to get better. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I don't think most weeks will be like this. Hopefully, as like I said, they're using a broken setup, so most of the time the car won't be this way, but there's definitely a learning curve. A lot to learn about this new car and how it deals with certain things, racing in traffic, tire wear, how it affects it. A lot of things to really learn. And then a big update is going to come out, and iRacing is going to put a whole lot of data that they get from NASCAR into this car, and they're going to have to relearn it again. So this whole season is going to be a lot of this. It's going to be a lot of updates and changes and new iterations and stuff all season long. So you're going to have to be adapt. I mean, the champion of this particular season, I think, is going to be somebody who can adapt to all the changes that are going to happen over the course of the season. Like tonight, just adapting to a setup that's completely broken. And then any changes that come down the pipeline, being able to quickly adapt to those and be fast. Ratchet Miller just showing up to the party, get her done 13. Glad to see y'all. So far, 13 is doing really good. You got the 13 and 31 battling it out for the lead here. Running away from the field. 12-second lead, but side by side for the lead for about 10 laps, Ratchet. It's been a wild one. Got a lot of cars with a lot of damage. A lot of guys already out of the race. The car is just the setup that they have used for this track is mostly broken. So guys are really having to deal with a lot. So far, 1331 have been able to make it work. Yeah, the Grip Dozer's lost a lot. He was involved in that first wreck. He's got no splitter, no spoiler. DW would say, "No, it's driving good." Like I said about Adcock, I need to get one of those blurry sensor bars to put over that car. You can see too much. Still under caution. Let's see how many cautions we've had. 7 cautions tonight. And a long, long way to go. Well, all right. Well, you can see on your ticker, but you got your top 3 here: Garrett Kinder, Jonah Colbert, Tracy Passons, Steve Loving on the outside in 4th, Daniel D. Cunningham in the Rowdy Energy 54, Cameron Combs, who we just saw get in an accident, Josh Smith, that Amazon car, Josh Lokovitz, who spun out as well, Aaron Adcock coming around with a lot of damage, and Steve McDonald. Adcock's the last car on the lead lap, so as we get ready to go green, though, lap 83 of 133, long way to go still. We'll see if this battle for the lead continues, as it's been going on all night. This is a battle for 3rd. Tracy Passons working that bottom line, able to clear it. Daniel Cunningham having to get out of the gas a little bit. You can see Josh Smith trying to get into the picture. Steve Loving working that extremely, extremely high line. 3 wide here. Cameron Combs, Tracy Passons, Steve Loving. 3 wide for 3rd place. Something happened to Cameron. Oh, still got 3 wide. Ooh, very careful back there. We got somebody going around. Who is that? Charlie Elmore. Man, he spun all the way down the back straightaway. Green flag is still out. That didn't actually spin out. Just luckily the wall kind of saved him there a little bit, but definitely went around. He's got a battle for the lead here. I think they might be doing it on purpose. I don't know. We saw Garrett all over the back bumper of him, but now loses a little bit. Let's go back up here to this battle for third place, which is on fire right now. Cameron Combs I don't know. It's been a rough race for him. He's been pointed the wrong way a couple times, 2 or 3 times actually, but here he is trying to battle with 27 for third place. Cameron getting a huge run off the corner. Let's watch from his point of view as we watch him navigate. Oh boy. Oh, the broadcaster curves ratchet. Why did I do that? Oh, he's going to hit that inside tire barrier. No caution is out, but that's a pretty big hit. He's going to just go into pit road. So we stay green as, Garrett Kinder slow down on the bottom. What in the world? Let's go back and see what happened to him. As he was trying to get a run off that top side, gets loose. Oh my goodness. And 2-foot smashes it, able to keep it going straight, no damage. But he loses a little bit of time, but you see Steve Loving pass him here, but he was able to get it back as we go back live. So now Jonah Colbert a 4-second lead over Garrett Kinder after that. And that didn't, just a little bit, that's all it took. And now Jonah with a very, very comfortable lead. And Garrett Kinder with a lot of work to do. Yeah, Ratchet Miller, you were exactly right. That Kinder Farm and Ranch Ratchet Speed Shop 13 machine looking real good. See if it'll let me. I don't know if it'll let me turn the thing. We're trying to get us a better look at it. Boom, there we go. Good looking car, man, no doubt about it. So we watch these two JC Motorsports teammates. Cameron Combs has crashed again, it said. And it looks like he just went ahead and hit the tow button and called it a night. So they are still dropping like flies, but here comes Daniel Cunningham. Putting a little pressure on this Coke Zero car of Steve Loving. Both of them running that top side definitely seems to be the safest place, but you know, if the other guy's there, you got to work that bottom side. Cunningham able to make the pass. Oh, Fry Hubbard crashes. Brandon Pollock crashes down the back straightaway. No caution yet somehow. So these two drivers crash. Let's go see what happened to them. I think we already know what happened. Oh no, yeah, Josh Smith actually gets into Fry Hubbard and he just goes wild. And then Brandon Pollock coming off the corner. That barely got a spoiler. I mean, that's a man-made spoiler there, and he spins out as well, but no caution. We stay green, thank goodness. Yeah. Might start naming myself Porky Pig up here. See Jonah Colbert with a 5-second lead, but you see he's dealing with the same thing everybody else is. A little bit loose off that corner. Trying to hang on to it. He's also running the fastest lap times on the track. Only him and Garrett Kinder are in the same wheelhouse as far as times right now. Low 34s. Daniel Cunningham running a high 34. Everybody else well into the 35s. Well, hell, Ratchet, there's been 8 cautions. Barney probably got tired. He probably threw his right arm out throwing that caution flag, and he had been taken to the infield care center. As Jonah Colbert wrecks down into the corner, he was completely yawed out and saved it a little bit, and it's still pulling away. Let's check on Aaron Adcock. Missing a whole back bumper. Still getting with it, though. Putting down some competitive lap times, man, I have to admit. Somebody missing a spoiler, might be a visual thing. Yeah, Alex V said got to pay for extra caution now. They spent too much money buying all these other companies. Yeah, the cautions from here on out are a DLC. You got to buy the DLC to get those cautions. And apparently, Brandon Pollock did not buy the DLC. He's still running on the base game. You see an Aaron wiggling a little bit through the corners. Let's go on board with him, see what it drives like. Just a whole lot of off throttle time. Doing a good job hanging on to it if there is no spoiler. Doing a fine job, and everybody's pretty much spread out at this point. Let's go ahead and bring up the track map so y'all can see. As everybody's just kind of spaced out equally. 31 is starting to run down Steve McDonald. But you see the 13 back there, the P13, 54, the 27, 53, and the 04. They're on different laps. So everybody kind of got spread out now. Is really just trying to make it to the end of the race. Go on board with old Griff here and see what this car is looking like. Yeah, he's hanging on for dear life. So much movement there on the steering wheel. Charlie Elmore coming down pit road. Not sure if it's a scheduled pit stop or unscheduled pit stop. He is down pit road. Apologize to any Facebook viewers. I don't know what happened to it. Looks like it went down. So welcome back. Haven't missed much. I mean, right as we go to Josh Smith, he is wall riding here as he's going to the outside of Brandon Pollock. You can see just how much damage. You see that left front really poked up in the air. Oh, having to come down. He's bouncing off the wall every turn, trying to limp this car home. Check on our leader. Still out front by about 5 seconds. Garrett Kinder has closed the gap just a little bit. Last time by, Kinder was about 2/10 faster. We already saw that it doesn't take but just a little slip up, and Garrett Kinder will be there. He's got to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. Goes to the inside of Charlie Elmore. Garrett Kinder coming off the turn 2 as Jonah entering in turn 3. Jonah coming up on Josh Lokovitz, who was running in the top 3, top 4, and has gone around a couple times. The biggest one was when him and Cameron Combs get together, as Josh gets a little bit loose and corrects it back. But had a great battle there for third for a long, long time. Jonah putting Aaron Adcock a lap down. These 6 cars on the lead lap. Yeah, that's a great question. They last pitted on lap 73. It's going to be close, actually, I think. I would assume about 60 laps on fuel. But, I'm not real sure. We don't know if they can make it all the way or not. Garrett Kinder had kind of cut into the lead. But that last lap lost a ton of time. I don't know if he got loose or what, but he had almost gotten it down to 4 seconds and then lost about half a second there. He was running him down, just going to need a lot more time, as Jonah has cleared the majority of the lap traffic that was kind of bundled up there. And now Garrett will have to contend with it. .23 laps to go, though. Kevin Kinder brings up a good point. Can they make it the rest of the way on fuel? That's a great question that, we won't know. We won't know until the end, so it'll be something to keep an eye on. Can they make it on fuel? You don't really see anybody saving. A lot of times you'll see guys really getting off the throttle, really letting the the car roll through the corner, lap time will fall off. They don't seem to be doing that, so they may be good. Check in on our third place runner, about 10 seconds back from Garrett Kinder, about 14 and a half from our leader, Jonah Colbert. Running in third, started third, running third. Seems to be having a pretty good run. Quietly, gets to the wall. Little broadcaster curse for Daniel, who has kept a pretty clean race. Charlie Elmore has gone around. Down on the inside of the backstretch. Able to get it back going. We stay green. But Daniel Cunningham doesn't seem to have the speed that the front two have, but has been able to keep it clean, and that's why he's running third place. Steve Loving, another one. He's about 5 seconds, 5.5 back from Daniel Cunningham. Running just a safe race, just trying not to get too much spin out. We've seen a couple drivers who are really pushing it, trying to run these cars hard and been punished for it. So these guys doing the best they can to get good finishes, as it's a really high risk, high reward type situation tonight. Tracy Passon's though running fifth, having a great run. He's battling with cars all race long. Been able to stay relatively clean. That right side looking a little smushed, a little rubbed on, but you know, what's the point in having body guys if they ain't got nothing to fix? So still running good here in fifth place. I know the Passons will be glad to see that. Going back to sixth place, Josh Smith has had an up and down race, just kind of nursing a, oh my goodness, as soon as I go to him, he spins out, goes down to the inside wall and brings out the caution. Ratchet, I'm so sorry. You said you wanted a caution, so I went ahead and gave you one. As soon as I turned it on to him, Josh Smith goes around and we are under caution. So, not what Jonah Colbert wanted to see, but you know, some races you get so dang aggravated because you're like, why are y'all wrecking? What do you reckon with 15 laps to go? Everybody's all spread out. How are you wrecking? But tonight, I think you got a pretty good excuse, as it just seems like any moment it could all go wrong, and that's exactly what happened to Josh Smith. So, not what Jonah Colbert wanted to see, but definitely what Garrett Kinder wanted to see. Is he gonna get up there and give him a little bump, wave at him? Sure, I'm damn sure good at it, I'll tell you that. All right, they're gonna come down pit road. I'm sure all the leaders are gonna do the same. If there's any question if they can make it on fuel, that's all out the window now. None of it's gonna matter, so it's all gonna be who can get up on the wheel, keep that thing straight for probably about 12 or 13 laps. As our lead lap car is going to come down pit road. Steve Loving, Tracy Passon staying out for the moment. We'll see if they decide to come down next time around, if they're really going to stay out. You know, I haven't really had a whole lot of data to know whether or not that's going to work or not work. Maybe they don't either. And we're going to find out together. As Steve Loving going to stay out. Maybe trying to get a maybe lap lead, who knows. They last pitted on lap 74. That's a long, long time on tires. I can't imagine these guys, are actually going to stay out. Well, look, yeah, Ratchet, misery loves company, man. Misery loves company. Let's see what Steve Loving does. He's going to stay out, or is he going to? He is going to stay out. So a interesting strategy call. Steve Loving last pitted on lap 74. Tracy Passons pitted on lap 69. So extremely old tires for these guys. Some 40 plus laps difference. Almost 50 laps for Tracy Passons. So. Yeah, Kevin, absolutely. Yeah, he went down the corner and I put that camera in there and it messed the weight up and spun them out. That's true. These TV cameras put the spotlight in their eyes. They can't see and they spin out. Well, I think we'll be coming to one to go here. I'm really just surprised by this call. It's an interesting one for sure. I definitely think tires are going to matter. They talked about tires being older tires making the car a little bit tighter entry, which you probably think, how can the hell did it can be tight? You got to spin it out. But on entry, it seems to be really tight. So we get the one to go. We're going to have about 14 laps, 13 laps as we get the green flag. So not a whole lot of time left in this race to settle it. It's been a long and grueling, I don't know, fun-filled race. And probably going to have to do another, hell, I don't know. I don't know where all the cars are. Let's pull up the track map real quick. Got quite a few cars trying to catch up with the field. Let's see if they extend the caution out again, or if they run it out. All right, looks like we're going to run it. So here we go. This is it.
Green flag.
Steve Loving on those old tires. Tracy Passons as well. Let's see as Jonah Colbert gets a great restart. Daniel Cunningham, Garrett Kendrick gets hung up a little bit on that outside line. Let's see if he's able to make that move. Jonah Colbert already into the lead before turn 1, turn 2. And Garrett Kendrick coming as well right behind that Rowdy Energy car. So Garrett Kendrick kind of the loser on that deal. As, oh my goodness, Daniel Cunningham gets loose. And we are 3 wide for second place. Garrett Kinder on the inside. Steve Loving's on the outside. Seeing guys already trying to make some passes, make something work. Extremely loose. Let's see what Garrett Kinder can do here as he is kind of stuck here on the bottom, trying to make that bottom work. Tracy Passons, though, not going to be denied as he's going to maybe try to take it 3 wide. As Lokovitz going down to the inside wall. But here's your battle right here. Jonah Colbert is gone. He is taken off like a rocket ship and able to get past Steve Loving. But these three have not been able to settle it just yet. As now Garrett Kinder going to do use like a pick here with Steve Loving on those old tires. And he's going to drive past both of these cars into turn 1. Is he going to be able to clear it, though, with that run off the corner? And he is. And he gets loose. It goes down into the, oh my goodness, had it cleared, but the car just comes out from under him, so he is going to lose a whole bunch of time. That is not good for the 13 machine. As the battle for second place continues on, as Daniel Cunningham with the fresher tires should have the speed to pass Steve, but you see it's this car is just so loose. Good grief. Got to be careful. Garrett Kinder going to lose a lot of time from that. Looks like Daniel able to clear it. You see Tracy passes with a little bit of a shimmy there off the corner, but moved Daniel Cunningham up into second place as he has got about 2.5 seconds to Jonah Colbert, who is Man, like a rocket ship on that restart. Hit turn 1 and just never looked back. That time by Jonah Colbert, the only driver in the 33-second bracket. Garrett Kinder passing Tracy Passons for 4th place. I think he's got enough time to get to 2nd, maybe, with the lap times that he's running. He's definitely quick enough. We'll see if he can get it done. Doesn't have that much time. Let's go on board with him. Maybe got that right rear a little bit hot there. You see coming off the corner. Gets a little bit loose again, but he is definitely making up time here. Oh my goodness, look how loose it is trying to make it work down there on these fresh tires. Oh my goodness. Boy, you love to see it, I tell you what. He opts for the high side this time. Seven laps to go. Garrett Kinder trying to work on that 27, see if he can make this pass, and he does. He's going to have a nice little run here on both drivers. He's going to be beside Daniel Cunningham as he goes down into turn 1. Is he going to be able to complete the pass here? He tried to pull a slider earlier and end up losing the car. Let's see if he's able to pull it off now, and he does, not without a little bit of a wiggle. But Garrett Kinder in one turn goes from 4th place to 2nd. As man, he is putting on a show. He's got 5 seconds to make up though on Jonah Colbert, who is gone. Man, just Jonah has gotten this thing figured out. So we'll keep it here on the battle for 2nd place. There's 5 laps to go. These are really the only battles on the track. Garrett Kinder showing off his wheelman status, but look here, family matters going on here for 5th place, a top 5 at stake. Aaron Adcock running down Tracy Passons. Last time by, Aaron was actually really, really fast. I tell you what, there ain't nobody driving a car like Aaron is as fast as he is. He is wheeling this son of a gun, as he is missing most of his car, but he is running down 5th place Tracy. They're going to battle it out here as we got 3 laps to go, coming to 2. See Tracy getting the wall a little bit. See those sparks start flying. Aaron Adcock going to try to get a roll. No! Hey, the 2-foot smash. My guy. Interesting thing that can happen in iRacing that you'll never do in real life is if you're watching and you want to know how to save a car, especially an oval car, if you ever get in a situation like that, you press the throttle and you slam on the brake, both at the same time, and it'll straighten that car out, and that's exactly what he did. And was able to save that car from spinning out, and he is on the inside of Tracy Pass, see if he can hold it off the turn. They call that the 2-foot smash, and he used it to perfection, able to keep that car straight. Now he's working on Tracy. Going to go to the inside, 23 versus 53. Apex versus Po Man. Who is going to make it stick here as Tracy gets a great run off that corner, but and able to stay in front of it. Aaron going to come back through. White flag is out. This is the battle on the track right now. These two guys battling out for a top 5. Definitely not going to settle here. He has to do the 2-foot smash again. And but Jonah Colbert coming off of turn 4, going to win the Hold On to Your Lug Nuts 200, the Cocaine Cowboys. Here comes second and third. Garrett Kinder with a great run. Daniel Cunningham, Steve Loving, and Tracy Passage going to hold off Aaron Adcock. A strong run. And, man, what a race. What a race. My goodness. Yeah, definitely would have loved to see Garrett be able to get not have that issue and get up there and race it out against Jonah. They had a great battle all race long. Hated to see that, but able to recover and get back to second place. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know what to say about that. See the 31 machine burning it down on the front stretch. Tracy Passage coming in like a missile. Oh, good grief. Man, hell, we're doing X Games out in here. Doing a half pipe. Josh Lokovitz coming in, just plowing right through. Well, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get these interviews going. We got a lot to talk about for sure with these guys. Funny enough, Josh Lokovitz is your Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award, P&J Hard Luck Award. Man, I'm gonna say Cameron Combs is he had some tough luck, so he's gonna be our P&J Hard Luck Award winner. Mr. Irrelevant, I'm gonna give to Mickey Isaac, who said, "Man, hell, I ain't racing that damn car. Thing can't drive worth shit," and so just didn't even jump in. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk to these guys as we bring up the Shappy Edits interviews. And we will start with Daniel Cunningham. Hey, Daniel, Sadie in the booth. You got me? Daniel, Sadie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Eddie, I got you.
Well, I don't really know what to say about that race, but I do know what to say about you. Is you kept your nose clean, able to keep that car under you for the most of the race, and you were rewarded for it as you were able to come home in third place. Man, talk about that race and what you were dealing with. What was it like out there? We all want to know.
Well, luckily, growing up, I did a lot of practice doing donuts and fishtailing down snow-covered roads because it definitely came in handy tonight. That's about what it felt like on fresh tires. Was about like driving on ice. Ever since they did the update with these things, they took all the rear downforce away and definitely drives a lot different. Uh, the longer that we went in the run, it seemed like the car did drive better. But I mean, I definitely didn't have anything for the top two guys. They definitely had the most pace out of anyone tonight. But yeah, just about like driving on ice is the best way I can describe it.
Well, you were, I mean, in the middle and late runs, you had a very similar speed to the front two. What do you think was the difference that they were able to kind of pull away from you? Was it you just being apprehensive about the car and how loose it was, or did you just not have that early run speed?
I just didn't have the early run speed. The whole race, even in practice, when I would go out and try to see what I could do on like a short 2 to 5 lap run, I never could quite find the line of what was too much with it. So really the only thing that I had in the back of my mind was just kind of take care of it, try to keep, like you said earlier, try to keep my nose clean early on in the run and just try to let it come back to me near the end. Almost stepped on it once and lost it when I was trying to avoid Kinder spinning earlier. But yeah, that was really the biggest thing. I knew I wouldn't have the short run speed, so just try to be there over the long haul.
Well, all right. Well, hey, man, a fantastic race. Brought it home third for JC Motorsports. Who do you want to thank? Sponsors, shout outs.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for putting on the show and to the admins for running everything. And then definitely thanks to Original Rebels Farms, all of our league sponsors, the Put Rehab Incorporated, Smeal Racing Designs, Shiba Inu Crypto. Thanks to Rowdy Energy, kept me going throughout the whole night and gave me a little bit extra pep keeping up here tonight.
All right, 10-4. Congratulations on third place again, man.
10-4, Eddie. Have a good one.
Well, there you have it. Well, let's bring in second place. Let's see what old Garrett Kinder's talking about tonight. Garrett, what's up? This is Eddie.
What up, Eddie?
Man, well, that was a lot of fun to watch from you front two's perspective. Seemed like you guys kind of just took to that immediately. No surprise there, as it was a son of a bitch to handle. It seemed like, and man,
Yep.
for a while there, y'all were just swapping back and forth, battling for the lead. Man, tell me what it was like out there.
Well, the first, half of the race, man, that was a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've raced somebody, door to door, bumper to bumper, and making moves like that. It's been a long time since I've got to do that with anybody. So, man, I haven't had that much fun on iRacing in a long time. So big shout out to Jonah. That was amazing. And then, that came late in the run. And I don't know what it was about this setup, this car, but the old tires, I mean, they were slower than, much slower than new tires, but they just felt so damn good. And it was really a whole new learning experience. He came in on that first pit stop and got fresh tires, and I was just dumping it left and right, trying to just emulate what I did before, and I couldn't get it done. I think the track had changed or something, but Jonah he took to it and gapped the field by 5 seconds, and that's pretty much all she wrote. It was a fun race. I mean, a lot of cautions. A lot of self spinners. I think ended up catching a few people here and there, especially off of two. It was a nightmare, and into three was just awful, especially on fresh tires. But man, just a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, I mean, you two definitely put on the show tonight. I mean, I could not turn away for what seemed like about 5 to 10 laps there. I couldn't even change the camera because y'all were side by side for so long. So I don't know what they put in the water over in Oklahoma, man. I need to move over there because y'all know how to race. So,
I'm on
man,
with it.
yeah, congratulations. Definitely put on the show. Kevin Kinder, Ratchet Miller, Mama Kinder in chat, definitely cheering you on. But a good recovery there at the end after you got loose and come back and finish second. So congratulations. So who you want to thank? Shout out sponsors. I know you got a bunch of them.
I got it. I got quite a few. Yeah, of course, got to thank you up in the booth. Love going back and watching these, and I can only imagine the commentary that was going on whenever Joan and I were duking it out. So can't wait to go back and watch it. Got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch. Wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't. I mean, I'd be doing it, just not as much. If it wasn't for them watching at home, supporting me, cheering me on, loving me.
Wouldn't be
Same
near
thing
as
with the.
fun.
It wouldn't be. My dad, he's hopped up in chat. So is Ratchet hopped up in chat. Keeping the chat entertained and hopefully keeping you entertained a little bit and you doing the same for them and keeping everything lively. And that's what it's about for me is as long as people are enjoying me doing this, then I'll keep doing it. And then the day that stops is whenever I start dialing it back a lot. So man, it's great having people like that on board. Of course, Big Frig and Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure you look up Big Frig coolers and Cross 5 cattle coolers at bigfrig.com. Wolfpack Racing, Ray Page over there. Great guy to know. I've told it to you, Eddie, every time I think I've talked to you. I don't know how much you've got to talk to Ray Page, but if you haven't, go give him a shout. He's a great dude. All my teammates over at Reaper Racing. Quite a few of them had some rough luck tonight. Coach got taken out way early. Griff was driving around in modified damn near half the night, and he was struggling pretty good. I don't think I had any other teammates in here tonight. Jason Warren, he was running over here with us, but he kind of stepped on a little bit as well. So rough night for the rest of the teammates, but I'm glad to bring home P2. And man, I got to thank Drift for keeping all this stuff running. Thank all of our sponsors. I'm not going to read through all of them because you've heard me say them 100 times, but thank Drift. The main one, Original Rebels Racing League. It's kind of a self-funded deal. We didn't get a whole lot of main sponsorship for this Cup series, but the league as a whole, man, it's phenomenal. And can't wait to hop in these cars next week and see if I can't tear some more shit up.
No doubt. Well, we gotta do something. We gotta do some sort of seance to get Ratchet Miller, man. He's got this thing where he causes a bunch of cautions, and so I don't know what we're gonna do with him, man. But every time he jumps in here, he causes a bunch of cautions. So we'll get that figured out. That way, Ratchet's not doing that. So, but anyway, congratulations, Garrett. Great race, man. A lot of fun. Y'all put on a show, and you definitely made the race tonight. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Second place. Let's move on to our winner. Jonah Colbert, Zeddy. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Well, man, you had it figured out tonight. Damn, that was fun to watch. We're just talking to Kinder, and man, y'all were battling it out. I mean, honestly, y'all were battling so long and so well that it looked like y'all were doing it on purpose. It looked like y'all were just trying to stay side by side. I know you weren't, but it just looked that way. Both of y'all had it figured out, but there at the end, man, I don't know what you did, but you seemed to really um, find a whole nother gear in that car. Did you find sixth gear? What's going on?
No, I contemplated not pitting on that last caution because the car was really feeling good with those older tires. It was a little bit tight, but not too tight. You get that sweet spot, and I was like, man, maybe I should stay out. But I figured fresh tires, you're gonna be able to drive by anybody anywhere on the track. So I went ahead and came in, and I just didn't take fuel. I think I had maybe 8 gallons of fuel in the car, so that helped with the looseness in 3 and 4. And I think that may have been why you saw me pull away. I was able to get on the throttle a lot sooner in 3 and 4, not having fuel, and I could drive it in a little deeper too. So it wasn't wrecking loose every time I entered the turn. So that helped.
Wow. Well, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, man, you drove down into turn one and just completely took the lead, and after that, you were gone. Garrett was trying to get back down through there, but yeah, I think maybe that interesting. I think maybe guys they go back and watch this may learn something there as far as not taking fuel in the late in the run. That's an interesting thought. So, but man, either way, you were extremely fast. You and Kinder both seemed to have no issues with the way everything went tonight. So, man, I don't really have much question. Just tell me how fun it was to race Kinder for 15 laps. What it felt
Dude, that was
like.
a blast. We were cracking up on the comms, dude. We were saying let's go and all that. I mean, he's a blast to race against. You know how he is, man. We were just crossing each other over as many times as we could, and we were just hanging it all out. Like, man, if everybody's gonna wreck, let's at least have fun and put on a show. So we did, and I look forward to this car. I hope we stick with it. I just think hopefully people give it a shot. Give it a fair shake. I know a lot of people came in late tonight and didn't get a lot of practice, and it's tough if you're used to how the old car handled with a big spoiler. Now you got a small one and it wants to spin on you. If they slow it down a little bit, I think they'll get used to it, and it'll provide some really fun racing.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of off throttle time tonight was, I think a big component to this race. Like I said, the first two or three races we saw just flat out around tracks like this. So this definitely spread the field out, and once people get a hold of it, I think it's going to put out some good racing. I mean, you and Garrett showed the potential of it for sure tonight. So. But congratulations on the win, man. That's to me, honestly, I would love to win this race because of how hard it seemed like it was for this car and track to drive. So to me, I think if you're a driver, you want to win a race like this, and man, you're able to get it done. And no doubt shows your skill out there on the track. You're definitely one of the fastest drivers in this whole league. So fantastic race, man. Who you want to thank? Any shout out sponsors?
Shout out to Griff for putting this series together, man. It's a blast. He's the one that's been coming up with setups, and tonight's setup, it drove fine. I mean, it just, he had to let it come to you. And shout out to you for broadcasting. You always do a great job, and everybody in the league knows that. But just it's worth mentioning every week because you do such a good job. And then shout out to JC Motorsports. Daniel Cunningham and Steve Loving, they were working with me tonight, and Steve staying out actually kind of benefited me, as you saw, because if someone else had controlled the restart, I may not have gotten the jump that I did. So that definitely helped put me out front in the clean air. And then shout out to Kinder, man, for just racing my ass off and having fun. That was some of the most fun I've had in several weeks in this league. So appreciate him.
Well, all right, man. We'll go out there and celebrate, man. Like I said, this is the one I would want to win so bad. So I'm pretty jealous that you were able to get this win because it seemed like it was such a driver's track, and the best driver is going to win. I think that's what happened tonight. So congratulations, man.
All right, appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. There's your winner. Comes home with the victory tonight. Led a lot of laps. And there at the end, just hit a stride with that no fuel, and was able to take home the victory. Let's go ahead and bring up the full results tonight and see where everybody finished. We just talked to our top three. Another JC Motorsports driver, Steve Loving, able to come home fourth, taking care of his car, doing all the right things. Tracy passed Aaron Adcock, battling it out there. The old pole man going back and forth with a great little battle there at the end. Tracy passes, though, able to uh, take home that fifth place. Josh Smith, first car lap down on his own lap. You saw him have a little bit of issues, and then after this, it's just a lot of struggling with the car from here on out. but able to get some good finishes by sticking with it. Steve McDonald finished 8th. 9th, Justin Ray. 10th, Breston Pollock. Good Lord. Brandon Pollock. 11th, Josh Lokenvitz. 12th, William Griffith. I think I'm having a stroke, to be honest. 13th, anybody smell toast? 13th, Charlie Elmore. 14th, Fry Hubbard. 15th, Cameron Combs. 16th, Jason Warren. 17th, Matt Clement. 18th, Ryan Huff. 19th, Christian Dedman. And then the two, Mickey Isaac, Michael Swink, did not even grid. So only 19 will actually get points tonight. But they're on the screen regardless. So, yeah, interesting race all around. There's a lot going on. Lots of cautions early, some long green flag runs, great battles. And then tonight, the story was just how well were you going to adapt to the setup that was really, really tough to drive, the new car after the changes. Some guys are going to have to hit the practice and hit the test sessions and try to get this thing figured out. And hopefully iRacing gets the setups figured out and we can get back to at least some stable setups where you have to drive it. You can drive it a little bit. But overall, good night. I want to thank Intensity for allowing me to broadcast on their platform tonight. Like I said, if you interested in any of their merchandise, go by their store, check it out. They got some cool things, and they'll have a lot of cool things to come. It directly supports your favorite league, whichever one you decide to support. That particular league, if you buy enough, they sell enough, they get free broadcasted races, and Intensity puts on some really good broadcasts. So that's not cheap. That's easily a $50 value for sure. So that helps out your league. So if you like it, if you're part of it, you want to support that. That's the best way of doing it. Very, very cool way, and you get something out of it too. You get a nice T-shirt. There's a couple different things on there, so go check them out. Really, really cool deal. But a great race tonight, long race, a lot of cautions, but turned out to be pretty good towards the end. Got a little drama with Jonah Colbert bringing home the win. So I want to thank Griff for putting on this series. I want to thank all the drivers who come out in spite of the setup and the issues they were having. Being being willing to come out here and give it the old college try, and I think it was a pretty good little show. So, like I said, this whole series is going to be about adaptation. How are you going to adapt to changes? It's definitely, there's no fast repair. It's definitely one of the the more expert series. So you're going to have to be able to adapt to all the changes that are coming out as the changes to the next gen come down the pipeline. So I think guys are going to they got plenty of drivers in here capable of doing that, and I think we'll see a couple guys pick up on what happened tonight, and going forward, I think we'll see more competition up there. But great series, great night. Thank y'all for watching. Definitely, just want to say, man, I appreciate everybody who I don't take things very well, but I definitely appreciate all the guys who say nice words about my broadcasts and stuff. I definitely put in a lot of work for y'all. And I want y'all to enjoy it. I hope it's good. I hope you get to see the people you want to see on the track. Try to cover everybody if I can, and so definitely appreciate all the nice words. Definitely want to keep trying to get better, and definitely appreciate y'all letting me get up here and have a stroke through the whole thing. So definitely appreciate that. Want to thank all the Original Rebels admins for all the work they do, and we will see you next week. Let's bring up the schedule and see where we're going next week. Iowa. I think that'll be interesting. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then for some reason we're still going to Bristol Dirt. I'm gonna have to go into the hauler and have a conversation. Uh, it's one of those things. It's like a car wreck. And maybe that's too close of an analogy, but you don't want to see a car wreck, but at the same time your neck will, you'll twist your neck around like the exorcist trying to see it when you drive by. And I think that's how I feel about Bristol Dirt. I don't want to see no wreck, but then I won't be able to look away. And then we'll hit Talladega, then we'll hit Dover. I mean, Watkins Glen's going to be a lot of fun. These tracks are going to be a lot of fun, I think, and we'll see how everything changes as the series goes on. So, y'all have a good night, and we will see you next week. And yeah, come back Monday night. Tomorrow night, the Outlaw and Rebels Truck Series will be on Intensity. Josh Hall will be broadcasting on here that night, or maybe Joe Wright. Sometimes they change it up, so those guys always put on a fantastic job. And um, and then Rebel Racing Network will be back Monday night for the '87 Retro Cup Series Goat Locker, presented by Valvoline. And definitely come out and watch that one if you've been missing those because of how messy they were. The last few weeks have been really fantastic. So come out and watch that. I think you'll be surprised how well the race is going. So, all right, you guys, have a good night. A lot of fun. Thank y'all for being in chat, and we'll see y'all next time. Y'all have a good night.